Hello and welcome to the Valedictorian YouTube channel. My name is Gamariel and I would like to show you how to solve this type of question. It's a type of typical examination questions. This question was posted earlier on the group and I solved it. So it's a type of simultaneous equation that has a type of quadratic equation and a linear equation. So I just want to make a video on this question because I thought that it's very important to know. A lot of people struggle to solve this type of question, and these are the type of questions that carry like 6 to 8 marks in the exams. So the question was solve this expression. It was 4y squared minus 3x squared equals to 1. That's the first equation that has second order variables in it. And the second equation, it was a linear x plus 2y equals to 1. This is the second equation. So because of the difference in power of the variables, this is the second order, this is first order, and this is second order, and this is first order. You can only solve this type of question by substitution. So what you need to do, you go into your linear equation so that you form up another third equation. So this is x plus 2y is equals to 1. So I'm going to use equation 2 to come up with the third equation. Let me just make x the subject of the formula. So therefore, x equals to, I'm taking 2y to the other side, it's equals to 1. Because 2y is coming the other side, it's negative 2y. So this is the third equation. So now I'm just going to use the first and third equation to solve this whole problem by substitution. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewrite the equation like this. The first equation, minus 3x squared is equals to 1. This is the first equation. So second step, I'm going to substitute equation 3, this equation, into 1. So what I'm going to do, wherever there is a value of x here, I will substitute this value, 1 minus 2y. Therefore, by substitution, I say 4y squared minus 3. You see there is x, I open bracket and put this x value, 1 minus 2y squared is equals to 1. So I'll only use this whole equation to solve the value. So what I'm going to do, I'm simplifying. Therefore, this is 4y squared minus 3. When I'm expanding here, this square root here, I use this rule. It always says square the first term. I square the first one. 1 squared is 1. Double the product. They must double the product of this. Whenever there is 2 here, that's what you do. Double the product. That means that I must 2 times 1 times negative 2y, it's equal to minus 4y. Then square the last term, negative 2y squared, all of it is positive, 4y squared. Like this, equals to 1. Then I am starting to expand the equation. 4y squared minus 3. Minus 3 times 1 is minus 3. Minus 3 times 4y is plus 12y. Minus 3 times plus 4 is minus 12. 12y squared equals to 1. So let me equate everything to 0. It's 4y squared minus 3 plus 12y minus 12y squared minus 1 equals to 0 because I bring the 1 to the other side. So I collect the like terms. The negative 12 y squared, and you see these are like terms, and this, no, this is no like term, this and these are like terms. So negative 12y squared plus 4 squared is equal to negative 8y squared. Negative 3 plus negative 1 is negative 4. Then plus 12y, since it doesn't have, is equals to 0. So I can see this is a quadratic equation. I'm just writing it in standard form, like arranging it in the order of highest power plus 12y minus 4 equals to 0. So you can, as you can see now, this is a quadratic equation. So for you to find the value of y, you have to solve this quadratic equation. So this equation, so you can see this is a quadratic equation. So there is a lot of ways to solve the quadratic equation, but the one that I prefer the most is using the quadratic formula. This equation that says y or x, whatever value that you are finding, is equals to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So this is your, if you have your quadratic equation like this in standard form, like when it's in standard form is when you equate it to 0. So the first constant here is your a, this one is your b, and this is your c. Let me just write it here. So when I have my equation like this, my a in this equation is negative 8, and my b in this equation is, my b is 12, and my c equals to negative 4. So I come to the equation like this and fill in to solve now. My y is equals to is negative b. So what is b is 12 is negative, b is negative, then b is 12 plus or minus square root of b squared is 12 squared minus 4 times a is negative 8, times c is negative 4 over 2a. 2a is negative 8. So I come in the second step, it's negative 12 plus or minus, I'm just 12 squared is 144 minus 4 times negative 4 times negative 8 times negative 4 is positive 24. 24 times 4 is 128. So this whole thing is minus, positive times positive is plus minus 128 over 2 times negative 8 is negative 16. Alright, as I'm continuing to solve this quadratic, carry on, plus or minus 144 minus 128 is 16. The whole thing over negative 16. I'm just compressing the thing just like this. Then negative 12 plus or minus a square root of 16 is 4. Square root of 16, we know it's 4 over negative 16. As we are going to solve this one into, we have to get two values. One value we get it, we say negative 12 plus 4 over 16, and the other second value we say negative 12 minus 4 over 16. So let me write all of them. So the first value, you get it negative 12 plus 4 over 16, or negative 12 minus 4 over 16. Since it's a quadratic formula, a quadratic formula has this is like a quadratic graph. It has things like this. So these are the values that you get. You have to get two values because this curve might cut the x or y intercept into two areas. So one value is for x when it cuts here, and the other one is for x when it cuts here. So that's where the things come from. That's just the basics. So the first value, if you press this on your calculator, negative 12 plus 4, negative 12 plus 4, it will give you negative 8 over 16. Negative 8 over negative 16. There is negative here, don't forget. So this 8 over 16 is, you simplify it, you divide by 8 over 8, then you get negative to negative is positive, so this is positive a half, the same the whole answer. And here negative 12 minus negative 4, it will give you negative 16 over negative 16. That whole answer will be a 1. So therefore you get two value at y is equals to half or y is equals to 1. So like this, you are not done. So you have to write now another step. You have to find the value of x. Find the value of x when y equals to half. So you take the linear equation that says x equals to 1 minus 2y. Therefore x equals to 1 minus 2 times y here is equals to, when y is equals to a half, it's a half here, times a half, that equals to 1 minus minus 1, that will be 0. And also next you should find the value of x when y equals to 1. So then you say x equals to 1 minus 2y, you substitute the value 1, y is equals to 1, 2 times 1, that will be 1 minus 2, that is equals to negative 1. Therefore that's the answer when x, so you have condition when y is equals to half, x is 0, and when x is equals to 1, which y is equals to 1, x is equals to negative 1. So you can go to the original equation and try to put your answer to substitute your solutions into the equation to solve it. So here is the end of the video. You guys may like, subscribe, comment, and please don't leave this channel without subscribing, guys. You have to subscribe one by one, and also share the video with a fellow students. Someone would find this video so useful to them. thank you and enjoy the video. Write in the subscriptions if you have the question, or you can text me on Telegram. Thank you.